What is up, guys? Rated Designs. Oh my god, it feels good to be back from Las Vegas. It was an amazing time. I needed a break, but I came back refreshed. I have amazing tutorial ideas for you today. This was actually suggested. It was already, I was going to do it already, but I was just seeing what you guys thought. I tweeted out something asking about 2D text effects and a lot of different types of things. I did one prior, but I don't really think I covered my actual 2D texts. Things I do, and things you pretty much can do to improve any of your, fonts, anything to make anything look great. This is the new banner for the Obey Alliance. What's it called? Channel, and of course, as you guys can see, I edit a lot of what I do, and so what I'm going to show you guys today is just something pretty basic on good ideas with fonts, fonts, and just good ideas for just text in general, and good layer styles. So before we even started, for this awesome tutorial and me being back, please like the shit out of this video, rate, comment, subscribe, and definitely tell me some more tutorial ideas that you guys want. I'm going to start uploading, every few days. What I was supposed to be doing that last week, but I completely forgot that I was going to Vegas on that Friday, so it was kind of like, slap in the face. Oh, crap, sorry, I can't do that. So I'm completely sorry, but that'll start this week. So tutorials, speed arts, bunch of stuff, and we're going to start up Fearless Phobia as well. So so basically what we're going to do is we're going to do one of my most, I guess, quote-unquote, famous 2D font, or, text effect type thing, and it's just basically something really, really simple. What you're going to want to do is definitely get a font that really, really works too. Different fonts are going to have different styles as well. So I'll do a little bit. So this is really just a blocky blocky font file type thingy. Well, I'm very jet lagged, guys. So hang in there with me. But yeah, this is a. I'm just going to try to find a nice looking font. I don't want to use something that's a little too crazy. Can't believe I can't use a font here. We'll just use Clavica, just because it's simple. Now what we're going to do here, actually, we're going to use something different. What we're going to do here, if you guys have already made your text, I'm completely sorry. I'm just trying to find, something that will get the point across a lot better than, another one. You can really do this on any types. This is very universal. You can pretty much use this type of style for anything you really want to use. This one will work. And this is just going to be something that I, am very fond of. This is basically, you'll see it on pretty much everything I do. This style right here. Pretty simple. Now, the first thing with 2D is you're going to want to, once you have your font, the size you want, everything, you're going to rasterize everything, just because it's very easy for you to, you're going to want, just first, what you can do is you can give a gradient color to it, because if you're using white, of course, you're going to want a gradient. So this is the biggest gradient I have. It's in my 30K pack if you haven't, I'll link it. And it's just a beautiful, nice, great as white, chrome type effect. Once you're done with that, you can just rasterize the layer. After that, or rasterize layer style as well, you're going to want to keep this color. After that, you're going to want to go do bevel and emboss, not stroke. I don't know why I clicked that. You're going to want to go to 0 size, 0 glow, or on altitude, 119 angle, 25 opacity for the highlight mode. You're going to go inner shadow, 1 for distance, 1 for size, untake global light, 90 angle. Switch the opacity to 100%, switch the blend mode to white, and overlay. Now what it does is it gives the text a lift, and it gives it a nice, cool highlight on top of it. Now, of course, with a lot of my text, I like to give it a nice drop shadow. So 20, 20, 50%. And it just kind of gives it a nice backdrop. Now, for people that don't know, I really like using this grunge thing. And it just kind of adds some style to it. So you're going to create a clipping mask. And for most of this, you know, if you're going to use a white text, use black colors or darker colors. So this chrome, definitely use a darker color. And you're going to want to just take grunge brushes. Now these are in my pack, of course. And you're just going to want to just lower the opacity after you do everything and merge it down, creating kind of a grunge effect to it. It's not going to give a 100%, you know, that awe factor yet. That's where, you know, the more and more you add these weird blobs of grunge, that's where the effect, you know, the awe factor is coming in. And you can just keep merging this down, and you're just going to keep creating a clipping mask until you find something right. Now, what I usually do is I take a bunch of clipping masks for those like types of grungy brushes, and then I take a few splatter brushes, and I mix it up. Like, that. And then I'm going to do about 30. No, 30. And then I merge it down. So that's going to give us the first text. Now, if I zoom in real quick, and I'll show you. As you guys can see, very, very nice. The lifted, really, 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 really sleek effect. Now, for people that aren't aware, this is what it looks like without any of this stuff. So, copy layer style. Add a gradient overlay. So if I were to just take this gradient, this is what it looks like without all that. So it's a pretty big transformation. Of course, instead of brushes, you guys can use textures over here. Just overlay them as usual. So that's one extremely nice text effect right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take another one. Make another text, of course. You can name it whatever you want. So for here, I'm going to name it Rated. And we're going to use a different font. We're going to use a nice cursive font. So this is something where if you're going to go into a cursive type thing, you know, you're not really sure. This is the best way you can do it. So for me, I have a bunch. Lighthouse is the one that I recommend to a lot of people, that if you're into you just kind of go Lighthouse. And this is for colors, guys. We're going to delete all the layer styles, clear layer style, and you're going to get this. Now, what I do here is a lot of this is, gradients, of course, again. Here's a nice, it's kind of like a flamey type one. I really like it. It's orange warm. And what I do here is it's the exact same thing. 0, same thing as the text before. And what it does here, gives it a nice shadow on the outside. Now, the drop shadow is the only different part, really. Is on the drop shadow, you're going to want to take your size, move down to 0, keep your spread around 5, and if you keep pulling this spread out, like for instance, if I pull 10, you can see the little shadow. And what you kind of want to do is you want to keep it, I usually go around 7, and then go to about 35, and it's just so you can just see the shadow. And if I take a brush, so for instance there, you can kind of see, I'll just lower the opacity because we wouldn't use it that bright. As you guys can see is the shadow behind it. So it still does look lifted, and it kind of looks like it's reaching out and grabbing you. Really, really, really common with graffiti. It's a huge popular thing for graffiti and cursive. It's awesome stuff. Personally, of course, you can add the grunge effect. up to you completely on your decisions on that one. Now, lastly, this is the last text effect that I have that I think I use a shitload, and it's an indent effect, honestly. And this one works pretty much well with logos and anything you can really think of. Really, really, really basic stuff. This is just very clean. So if I were to take this font, and we're going to just rasterize. Oh, I am so sorry. Clear layer style. So we have rated down here. And what I have going on here is we're going to do an indent. So for instance, you know, try to make it a gray that's close to the background. I can, you know, I'm lucky enough to where I can do it identical. And basically what you're going to do here is you're going to do an inner shadow, 0, choke 20, size 10, move it to size 100%, and yeah, it doesn't, 20, 10, 100%. You're going to want to take a drop shadow. You're going to want to take a distance 1, 5 is fine depending upon how much you want that glow. You're going to pull it to 100% opacity, color white, and blend mode overlay. Now what that does is here, for instance, I can just do 2, and it gives it even a better effect personally. And it's just an indent. Very, very, very useful. Patterns are very common for this one. If you guys have ever remembered my vents, there it is. That's the vents, and it's very, 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 very underused, and I'd honestly kind of like to see what you guys can do with it. It's kind of cool, in my opinion. I actually have an idea for a banner already, but yeah, you can really do a lot with this indented stuff, but it looks the best with blocky text, not really with this. I mean, unless you can get it to look good. And then lastly, it's just the simplest effect in the world, and a lot of people really overlook it, is, and I'm going to just, this works well on anything, any font, any logo, just regardless to what it is, this works beautifully on any of it. It's just a highlight effect, and it works so well on so many logos, and especially with outlines. Let me just grab a nice font real quick. This one will work. So this, you know, of course, I'm going to fake this just because I want you to kind of get the point. So, of course, as you guys can see, the point of this, you know, part here is, you know, I do the outlines, of course, as you guys know. You can do that in Illustrator or Photoshop. If you want to do the outline manually, you just select the text, create a new layer below it, select, modify, expand, and I usually do about 15, and then you just fill it and then add your sharpen. But what I do is I'm going to fake this for you because I don't want to take too much of your time up, of course. But you just grab a stroke. So I'll fake a stroke right here. But and it's the simplest thing in the world. You create a new layer, clipping mask, and you're going to take this and you're just going to make a bend. And you want to do a diagonal bend, and you're just going to want to make a fill the path with black, and it's going to give you this. And all you're going to do is lower the opacity to about 10. And what that does is it gives it a nice glare effect, and it gives it so it looks beautiful, and it just kind of gives it a nice feel to it. And yeah, those are pretty much the best text effects I use, and I use them all the time. For the template, I'd like to get 200 likes on this, and I'll give out this template of, you know, you guys can just kind of go crazy with it. I'm sorry. But anyways, I would really like to just say thank you guys so much for being so patient with me. The last speed art I really tried on, I wasn't feeling it, so I'm completely sorry if you guys are bummed out about that not being as good as you thought, but I'm definitely going to bring out better things. But also, I'd like to you guys thank 31,000 subscribers already. Jesus, man, that's just amazing. And I'd really like to say that it's getting pretty crazy. So just keep it up, guys. Rate, comment, subscribe. I'm Rated Designs, guys, and enjoy. Deuces.